Welcome back to our top games. I'm Chelsea,
I'm Steven.
and today we'll be probably doing our 20 through 16. Last session went really long, so we're thinking of
Yeah.
shortening how many games we cover in an episode. But we'll see.
Yeah. We'll kind of see how this gauges. I know we're definitely getting into our really our actual favorite games at this point. Not just the games we really like, but the ones we could probably pull up, have fun at any time, and just go for it. I'm looking at almost every game on my list. I'm like, I could play that right now and have a good time.
Yeah, some of these are big commitments for me, so I probably couldn't do that
There are a couple,
anytime.
but
Yeah.
Um, but I'm just talking starting it up and having a good time kind of thing. But a few of them are quick paced ones as well. Particularly, I've still got a couple platformers in here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You've been starting off the counts. Do you want to do that again, or do you want me to start off?
You go ahead this time.
Okay. Number 20, Rayman Legends on Switch. I want to talk Switch particularly because...
Oh yeah, Legends, not Origins.
Not Origins, Legends. I think there are a couple things about Legends that are better than Origins, but as a whole, spoiler, Rayman Origins is going to pop up higher on the list.
Mm-hmm.
But as a whole, Rayman Origins is a better game, a better experience, I think. But there are a few outstanding moments of just beautiful greatness in Rayman Legends.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is bad about it is they tried to integrate the Wii U gamepad,
Oh yeah.
which it's an interesting concept, but it doesn't work very well. And especially when you take it away from the Wii U. I've played it on Switch, not Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still fun. You can do a lot of the mechanics without using the gamepad, but you can tell it wasn't really built for it.
Yeah.
So it can slow down some things, cause some minor minor inconsistencies and disruptions. But it's a lot more of the same in a good way of Rayman Origins. To the point where you can actually unlock levels from Rayman Origins and go back and play those. It feels a little weird. It kind of feels like these particular models and the speed of this game are just not quite built for the Rayman Origins levels. But it is still fun to go back and play them, because that's also a really good game. The thing that Rayman Legends does that I love more than Rayman Origins, aesthetically anyway, is they don't really do the treasure runs in Rayman Legends.
Mm-hmm.
What they do instead is just a straight music run, where the big one was on all the advertisements was doing Black Betty,
Mm-hmm.
where you just run and slide and swing to the beat and rhythm and melody of the song you're running it to, and it makes it easy but still really fun to do. So you don't get the challenge of the treasure chest levels of Rayman Origins, but you do it is unbridled fun.
Mm-hmm.
To just swing through. Black Betty is the big one I can remember. I know there are a few other songs that I recognized too, but it's a good looking game. It's fun to control. I feel like they had to ramp up some difficulty here and there where it's just not quite there's a lot of frustrating platforming moments that feel a little bit more unfair.
Yeah.
They were just trying to go for hard and not rewarding for some of the platforming. But it's still, if you like Rayman Origins, you would still like Legends. It's just a slight notch down with some really, really high highs, and the lows just knock it down a couple pegs. But
Yeah.
fantastic game. Would highly recommend. I don't think I finished it, but I played a lot of it.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer we never got to play that together. I mean, we had opportunity to, we just kind of didn't.
Did we have opportunity to?
Yeah, I think Isaac even like encouraged us to play together one time, and like, you know, we just weren't feeling it as much.
Did we have a copy of it?
Yeah, we did on 360.
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay, you might be right. So you probably have that somewhere then.
Probably not
Because the
anymore.
only copy, yeah, the only copy in my collection is the Switch one. So I couldn't remember if we had it or not. But it, like I said, it's fun, and I do kind of think we would have still had fun playing it. It's just Rayman Origins is such a great, like, literally one of my favorite platformers of all time, and Rayman Legends is more of it. Just something just doesn't quite hit exactly the same. Where it's still really fun, but I wouldn't want to play it back to back.
Yeah.
It would almost be better, and like the art style is the same but different. There's a lot more like shading, and the models look more 3D, whereas in Rayman Origins it's very flat, and I actually really like that. It's very cartoony.
Yeah, I remember.
Something about the Legends one just doesn't, like, I don't think it looks as good. It doesn't look bad by any means. I just don't think it looks quite as good.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Legends one and thinking it looked cool at the time, but thinking back on it, yeah, I would prefer the Origins look.
It kind of looks a little bit more dated.
Funnily
like
enough, yeah.
like the flat 2D cartoon aesthetic looks like it is literally hand drawn, and you're just like running as you go, which is incredible. Whereas the Legends one, like, it looks like any. Again, it looks really nice, but like it looks like any game could do it. That's most of what I have to say about Rayman Legends. Like, it's really good, but
Yeah.
spoiler, Origins is better.
Yeah. Yeah, Origins was a lot of fun. I already had it on my list, though, so... So I guess we won't talk about it anymore. Yeah.
Never again. That was the
Never
last
again.
time we'll talk about it. What's your number 20?
My number 20 is Yakuza 5.
Oh, more Yakuza.
Yeah, Yakuza 4 was kind of a big turning point in the series because up until then, Kiryu was the only playable character. And then for 4, they were like, alright, 4 playable characters. And they kept that going with 5, so now there's 5 playable characters.
Oh.
One of them is Kiryu's adopted daughter, so it's just a dancing competition. The cop character from 4 was the only one who didn't return, and he was replaced by someone else. And this story is like really complex, really layered, and you're going through each character and like uncovering the layers of the story. And by chapter 4, it's like, all right, everything's coming together. Can't wait to go to the finale and finish this up. Oh wait, there's a 5th character. So we have to do chapter 5 now. And this guy seems totally unrelated to the story. He's some baseball guy. Oh, what's this? This is the best story Yakuza has ever done. Like, seriously, Shinada is just a fantastic character. He won me over so fast and became my favorite of the entire series. And it's a shame that he hasn't shown up since, but at the same time, it's like, good. Keep his story contained to this one.
Yeah.
He's got a really good story about poverty in Japan and the sex industry over there, and it's got some really heartbreaking moments. And his debtor is constantly coming after him, not debtor, his debt collector is constantly coming after him, and he is like kind of a funny character in and of himself, and they end up like actually bonding by the end of this crazy adventure. So Yakuza 5 is a really, really big game, but the story is really strong. the more I thought about it, the more I loved Yakuza 5. 2 was the number one for me for a long time, but 5 eventually won out just because of Shinada, really.
Yeah, I don't really know that much about the Yakuza games. I know we brought it up earlier. So are they kind of like how do you play a Yakuza game?
It's basically you run around from point A to point B, story points or side quests and such, and you get into random encounters, but those fights are basically beat 'em ups. And then you gain experience to increase your abilities and such, and there's like a very melodramatic A story, and then the side quests generally are very wacky. Like, I don't think I brought it up in Yakuza 2, but that was like when the side stories started to get really interesting and wacky. Like, there's one where you play a fighting game in an arcade, and you beat like this typical nerd guy with like the bowl cut and the striped shirt and cargo pants, and he gets really mad, and you go outside to fight him in real life. You beat him up, and it's like, yeah, okay, this was fun. But then he's like, oh no, I've been beaten. I must take my potion. And he just drinks an energy drink. And then he pulls out an actual lightsaber.
What? Oh.
Yeah, you have to fight him again.
Red Bull gives you zings.
But yeah, there's so many wacky, famous side quests in this series. I think it's what attracted a lot of the Western fandom, I guess. But yeah, the main stories can be pretty good too. Yeah, especially Yakuza 5's. Yakuza 6 not so much. Like, there are still some really good side stories, but the main plot of that one just kind of no.
Into the big poopy garbo.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was supposed to be like a goodbye to Kiryu, and then you get like none of his supporting cast and just a bunch of new characters and a story that's okay.
Nice, we love it.
We hate it.
Oh, we hate it.
I mean, there's still good parts to that game, but yeah, even the main story has gotten wackier as the series has gone on. Like, to the point where to the point where characters you see die in previous games just come back, and it's like, there's no way you could have survived. You were perforated by a minigun. Kiryu was covered in your blood, and now you're just like, hey, what's up?
Sometimes you just gotta walk it off.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's my number 20. What's your number 19?
I feel like we won't talk about my number 19 for too long here, because my number 19 is Skies of Arcadia Legends. I have a feeling it's going to come back up again. We've already talked about it a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. This is at this point the outlier on my list, because technically I've never played Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
But I have gone through the entire game with you,
mm-hmm.
And it was super fun. And even though we took like a few years break
mm-hmm.
In between, like the middle, like to the end, it was still really great to like go back and get the story, and
mm-hmm.
Because like we were voicing the characters and really like you telling me all the trivia, I really felt involved and attached even though I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
So like I've almost bought like a $200 Aika statue because like I connected with Aika so much from voicing the wild voice acting I did for that character.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was really close, but I couldn't quite justify it.
Yeah.
But the game is cool. It's got some like strategy RPG elements that are really interesting. I as much as I like turn-based, I love the idea of certain things put your ship or your character in a certain spot, so you might get to attack twice, or maybe you like attack and defend, or you set something up for a later turn. That kind of stuff, that kind of strategy RPG is really interesting to me. And it has your typical RPG elements of like one element being better over another, and that one being better than that, but weak to this. But it's really like, it's the sci-fi pirate aesthetic. The characters are all fun.
Yeah.
It has this look that I really like, where it's clearly like late 90s, early 2000s RPG, but it doesn't, like, yes, the graphics are dated, but the designs aren't, because they're such a particular look.
Yeah.
That you can look past the graphics because everything else just like looks so Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
The story was good and fun and engaging. Yes, we joked about like, hey, remember Star Wars? Star Wars is good.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't just Star Wars. It's any fantasy story, really. But like, still in a really compelling, engaging way.
Honestly, it's much more Space Battleship Yamato, and
you've mentioned that.
Yeah, an anime from those folk, like Vice, very much looks like Captain Harlock.
Yes,
and his ship is straight up called the Arcadia. So
I'll probably move on from Skies of Arcadia Legends right now.
Yeah.
Just knowing that like it was really good, it was a great experience, but I know we're gonna talk about it again. Probably on the next one because you don't like it that much, but like, so what's your? Wait, I started it. Yeah, so what's your 19?
My number 19 is Skies of Arcadia. No, I'm kidding. My number 19 is Halo Reach.
Halo Reach.
Yeah, I know you said you didn't really remember much of the story. I personally. Halo Reach's story is like easily my favorite of the Halo games. Like I said, I think they really split the difference between Master Chief and the Rookie and ODST. Your Spartan is really your Spartan in the story mode even. So like your customized character that you get from multiplayer, you can carry over into the story mode, and you can just look as cool as you want or as silly as you want.
I always lean toward the silly.
Yeah, and it's your whole team is pretty cool. They all get their moments. I don't know, you probably don't remember, but George, who was like the big Master Chief type Spartan, I don't remember if it was like a Spartan 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. He's an earlier version. He's really big.
I remember a big one.
Yeah, there's a mission where you have to go into the Covenant ship that they're invading from, like the one big ship, and you've got like a nuke on it, and you have to blow up the ship, and at the end of the mission, after fighting off all the Covenant, so you can like set up the nuke, it was damaged. And so, like, the remote detonation is gone. So George is like, yeah, all right, I guess I'll set it off manually. And he, so, like, he picks you up and tosses you back to Reach, because Spartans can, like, armor lock and survive, like, atmospheric re-entry. It's kind of ridiculous. But, his last words are, tell them to make it count. And then as the ship blows up, it's a view from a satellite, and then you just hear slip space rupture detected. And then, like, another one of those ships comes up. It is a totally pointless sacrifice, and it hurts so bad. And then another ship shows up, and another one.
I do kind of remember that now that you're describing it.
Yeah. It's a brutal moment, and I love it. But, yeah, obviously the ending is also a big iconic moment, just objective survive. I love how like the game starts with, you know how this is gonna end. Here's your dead Spartan, and then it flashbacks much to the rest of the game. Yeah, and then this is the one that I probably played multiplayer the most of. I got some pretty cool moments in multiplayer in this game, and it's just a lot of fun. It's my favorite Halo.
It's a really good one. Like, tied with my favorite Halo too. Mine's a little further down, but like really not that much. Mine was 30, so
yeah.
I think I just didn't play it as much. Like I played it a lot with Isaac, but I never had it by myself or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever, and goes for like any Halo game, did you ever have to sit through when Isaac like made like his perfect favorite Spartan uniform, like armor, like everything, every color, every detail had to be perfect?
I think so, but I was also the same way, so...
Okay, so it was probably a combination of the two of you why my characters always looked so dumb, because I was like, I don't care, I just want to play. So I would put on like the chicken emblem, and I think that's where like the pink and teal came from.
Yeah.
So actually, here's the origins. We talked about the name Stevos being from Gauntlet. The pink and teal came from Halo, and there's Stevos the Wise for you. My first D&D character was a combination of Gauntlet and Halo. Because I think actually like my first name in one of those was like S-Dog or something.
Yeah.
So like that's one of like my core memories of Halo, is always sitting and waiting for like the perfect Spartan to be made, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'll pick this armor because it's the stupidest. This visor looks the dumbest. These colors look the worst.
Yeah.
And chicken emblem because silliness. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 18. We've mentioned this on the list already, but you said it was objectively the scariest thing you've ever played. I'm quoting this directly. I'm not embellishing. Well, go back, go listen to it. Give us more views. Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. It was pretty scary to me as a little baby.
This was the first thing I popped in when I got my GameCube. I think I got this, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Pikmin.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I wanted to do was play Luigi's Mansion. Not sure why. I think I just thought it was interesting that Luigi got his own game.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It wasn't what I expected. I don't know what I was expecting. But playing Ghostbusters but as Luigi was strange.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I loved it. I think I liked it the first time I played it, but I think it was among multiple playthroughs, and that's the thing about this game, is it's really fairly short once you know like what you're doing. So I've played it several times because you can play it in a day, pretty easily. It's like if you can sink like 6 to 8 hours, I think you can get to the end if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You might not get like the perfect mansion, but you'll do all right for yourself.
I mean, it is a survival horror game.
It is. It's the survival horror game. I don't have one that's above this. Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 4, they're gone. They're not coming back. Luigi's Mansion is where we're at. Also, I think it's just me. I've never seen anybody else make this comparison. But, like, Luigi's design in this game, like, part of it's just a product of, like, this is what GameCube-era graphics are now. They're past N64. Mm-hmm. But Luigi, in particular, looks very claymation. Kind of this Wallace and Gromit, like, look on his face, like, whenever he's, like, shivering.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of love it. It's just kind of perfect for what you're doing in this game. It doesn't rely on other Mario stuff. Yeah, Mario's in it a little bit. You get a weird boss fight with not Bowser.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just chef's kiss. Mwah. Luigi's Mansion, good stuff. Would play it again. Love it.
Hey, how about those boos, though?
Love those boos. Well, love a lot of those boos. It does get tedious by the end with how much health. Boolossus is nuts. It is difficult. But like the other ghost bosses, I don't really have an issue with. They have their challenges and quirks, but they all make sense once you're like in it. Bulas is annoying. There's a Let's Play on this channel where I am going nuts during that fight. um, but like, and yeah, at the end when they've got like 200 health and you're just wearing it down and going from room to room, definitely gets tedious, 100%. But like, I don't even think about that like when I go back to the game, because it's just like it's cartoony but still atmospheric. I love going into the music room and the ladies playing like the harp and you're pressing the instruments to play like classic Mario songs, and then like they quiz you on it, and like you have to know. And like if you don't know, like the worst thing that happens is like you go back into the room or whatever. So like it doesn't feel like the end of the world, but like it feels like a reward for being a Mario fan. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game.
It really is one of my favorite looking ones, especially on the GameCube. Like I'm just really fond of how the GameCube looked in general. You know, I'm not.
Yeah,
that's probably nostalgia speaking, but yeah.
Like like the GameCube has gotten a little bit dated, but considering like how far back that was, a lot of the stuff still looks good. Like the water physics in Mario Sunshine, the stylization of Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Again, like the cartoony, almost claymation style of Luigi's Mansion. A lot of it, I feel like they took an aesthetic, and a lot of it was a little bit rounder, a little bit like cartoonier, that made the GameCube graphics timeless.
Yeah, absolutely. I even think Twilight Princess still looks pretty good. Well,
Twilight Princess also looks pretty good.
I think Link still looks pretty good in Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. Granted, I think the most recent one, like version of Twilight Princess I saw was the HD version. So like, of course, it looked a little bit better. But like, it in the moment, it was kind of a none of this looks like it's outside of what I remember it looking like.
Yeah.
So like, it might have been a little like more washed out, a little bit more pixely on the actual GameCube and Wii. But like, it still looks good.
I think they
maybe not outstanding, phenomenal, but it looks good.
I think they toned down the bloom in Twilight, which, you know, thank goodness, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. What's your number 18?
My number 18 is Devil May Cry 4.
Oh, I have that one.
Yeah, I've heard this one described as this game kind of sucks, I love it. And
it's sitting right there next to Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition.
But
and I played it just as much.
Yeah, it's it's a game of highs and lows, I guess. Well, maybe not really. How do I put this? It's half of a really good game, and then the other half is Dante.
I see.
Basically, they made half a game, and they introduced a new protagonist called Nero into this game. And you know, the game was like all the environments, all the enemies were made with him in mind. And then the second half of the game is running backwards through Nero's levels as Dante, and it doesn't work quite as well. Like, you fight all the same enemies in the same locations and all the same bosses, and that's not great, but at the same time it gives you an opportunity to like compare and contrast their personalities as they interact with the same bosses, and that's a real highlight of this game and of the series, is just the character interactions.
Okay.
Yeah, Dante at this point has become like a legendary gaming character, and so like
yes,
and so like it was like a big risk and a big challenge to introduce someone new. So it's like, all right, Dante's already so cool. How do we make a new character who is like able to replace him, as it were, or like live up to him, as it were? So like, yeah, Dante's got a sword and 2 guns, and then he gets whatever other weapons. Let's give Nero a motorized sword and a double-barrel revolver and like a demon arm and a stand.
No.
Yeah, they gave him so much cool stuff to just be like, please love him, and you know what? I do love him.
And you know what I do? He's just my sweet little boy.
He really is. You know, he's so try hard to be cool. The game is really cool. It starts off with a tutorial fight against Dante, and the whole fight Nero is like trying to one up Dante, doing just the most ridiculous cool stuff. Like, let me see if I can find something for you real quick. Yeah, so this is Nero reloading his revolver with one hand.
Oh, the classic. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before.
Yeah,
Somebody's tried to emulate that.
it got around. Yeah, it's ridiculous and it's cool. I love Nero. And like his interactions with the bosses are very like, I'm trying really hard to one up you and all that, there's his first boss fight and one of Dante's last is against this giant fire centaur lion dude, and he like sets this whole town on fire, and then Nero just kind of walks past. Then he puts his sword in the dirt and swirls it around to like put out all the flames, and makes a snarky remark. He's just like trying really hard to get under the boss's skin. Then Dante doesn't even have to try. Like the boss doesn't even notice him, and Dante just sits on his tail and starts fanning himself because he's on fire. It's great stuff. Lots of fun interactions, and of course Nero plays really well. Dante is not the best in this game, like playing wise. Like if you're really, really, really advanced, then you can do some awesome stuff with him. But like his weapons are a little more obtuse, and they're not as strong. Whereas Nero does a lot of cool stuff, like especially with his demon arm. He has a move called a Buster, which basically solves quick time events by he has a unique animation when he does it to every enemy, and then on bosses, if you wear them down enough, then you get a unique animation where he just beats the crap out of them with his arm. And it's over the top, it's ridiculous, it's awesome.
Sounds like Devil May Cry.
Yep, it's Devil May Cry, alright. So yeah, that's my number 18. What's your number 17?
We're going back to GameCube. This is the third one in a row. Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah.
Love this game. I got this game for my birthday one year. And I think Isaac came home with me that day, and we what is this game? It's like a Kirby game, but what is Kirby Air Ride?
Mm-hmm.
And we played it, and we were not really having a lot of fun with the races. I think we tried top-down mode, and that's not really that fun either. So that's 2/3 of the game. So I'm already putting this down. Neither of these modes are that fun. So why is this my favorite? Because City Run or City Trial or whatever it is, is the coolest idea for a racing game, mini game kind of game like this that I've ever seen. You just go around, break open boxes, maybe fight a mini boss or something. If the giant parrot bird comes down and you got to hit in the face. You can try and make it up to a UFO and gather special items. There are legendary pieces to certain stars you can pick up. You're trying to figure out what the best star is. You're waiting for a hint to pop up so you can think of oh, is this going to be more of a gliding? Is it going to be a more straightforward race? This is why I'm so excited for Kirby Air Riders to come out, even though I don't have a Switch 2. If they just build on that, add a few more things to City Trial that they maybe couldn't fit on the GameCube disc, it's gonna be so good. I see so many people looking at the trailers for Kirby Air Riders and like, well, we just got Mario Kart. Why do we care about Kirby Air Riders? And I'm like, you don't get it. You did not play City Trial with your friends for hours, like finding every secret, unlocking every mode, fighting DDD, unlocking Meta Knight, opening the Hydra Star, the Dragoon Star, going in free mode and like dive bombing each other, like trying to like be Hydra and destroy the Dragoons. Like you didn't take the pieces that were Kirby Air Ride and put the puzzle of what this game could be together. Like, you didn't do it. That's why you don't understand why Kirby Air Riders is so exciting to me, like, coming out. It is so fun if you, like, look past the 2/3 of the game that are, like, mediocre or bad. And to be fair, top-down mode is actually kind of an interesting racing mode. It's got very wonky controls, but that's kind of the charm of it.
Mm-hmm.
I will make no excuses for the regular races. They're boring. Go play Mario Kart if you just want a racing game.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, it's so good. If the other modes were more fun, it would definitely be higher on my list. And I will say there is an element of Kirby Air Ride that is make your own fun, but like it's not hard to do. It's not like you're not taking a bad mechanic and like having fun with it. You're taking good mechanics and like building them up to beat a game that is a mystery, and sometimes you'll just get it wrong and it sucks, but like you go back and you try again until you can unlock everything. And a lot of things unlock just from playing the game. It's chef's kiss. Mwah. Love Kirby Air Ride.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to the development of Air Riders, but Sakurai...
I have not. I want it so... Like, go ahead and say whatever you need to say, but like I've not been watching any of the trailers other than the initial one, because like...
Yeah.
Someday when I open that game, I just want to feel like that moment of like, this is new, this is fresh, this is like... I want to smell the GameCube disc again, you know? Like,
yeah.
You can't smell GameCube discs.
I mean, you can. But,
Sure.
there's not much scent there. You know, Sakurai loves him, like, easy, simple games. That's why he made Kirby.
Yes.
That's why he made Smash. There was a Nintendo Direct about Kirby Air Riders. And, there was a very apologetic section where he's like, I am so sorry, everyone. It is with a heavy heart I must announce that Kirby Air Riders has a second button now.
Thank God. That is one of the bad mechanics of Kirby Air Ride, is like, everything is A, and like it doesn't work. Especially in the races. It works okay in like City Trial. When you have to like stop and like break something open, but like to charge your star and you have to break and it's I almost blocked that out until you said second button. I was like, oh yeah, Kirby Air Ride sucks. I love that game.
But yeah, there's a second button now for like inhaling and using your powers and such. So
honestly, awesome. That sounds even better.
Yeah.
What's your 17?
I already talked about this series a little bit. I'm going to go into a little more depth here. This is Trails in the Sky second chapter. Talked about the third game before. And the first game is not on this list because I really didn't like it as much. Second chapter is where it got really good, I think. But the gameplay is... I'm going to be honest, and this is going to sound wild, it's kind of like Skies of Arcadia, but better. Because you can you can actually control, like, where your character is going. You know, Skies of Arcadia, you can't control it, they just kind of move all around, and positioning important attacks, you just gotta hope. But
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but in this game you can control, like, it's a grid, and you can like control where your characters go. There's a lot of AOE stuff, like a lot of interesting spells, and there's something sort of like the spirit meter, but they each have their own meter that you can use special moves from, or if you spend all of it, you can interrupt your opponent's turn to do a super move. And
Interesting.
and crit chance is not really a chance. It shows up on the turn order as attacks this turn will be critical, so you can time your supers to that to do a ton of damage. It's really cool. The story is very good, although there is a major weirdness to the story where, you know, it's very insistent that, you know, if one of you is adopted, then it's not incest.
Oh.
You know, that's still weird, but okay, game.
All right, Woody Allen.
Oh no. Yeah, it's got some weirdness. This series has some weirdness to it. I really hope it grows out of it after the Trails series, or in the Trails in the Sky series. But yeah, this is a long-running series, and the first game just got remade, and it's cool that they have a lot of the original English voice actors coming back. But I guess it's more of an action RPG now, which is kind of a shame because I really enjoy the mechanics of the early ones. But yeah, that's Trails of the Sky second chapter.
All right.
Alright, so number 16.
Number 16. I think, is this a first on our list? Or is it, no, you had a Zelda game earlier.
Yeah.
This is, I think, my first Zelda game. And it was really tough to pick. I have 2 Zelda games on this list, and they are back to back, and I went really back and forth on which one I liked more.
Mm-hmm.
And number 16 is Zelda the Wind Waker. I played this one a lot. Also a GameCube game. That's 4 in a row. I mentioned it a little bit, I love the look of this game. A lot of people did not like how it looked when it first came out because they basically wanted Twilight Princess after Ocarina of Time came out.
Yeah.
But Nintendo was like, no, we're gonna have this actually surprisingly dark game, but it's gonna look fucking adorable.
Oh, that just reminded me of my previous game. It's rated T, but they got away with using the F word by spelling it fuggin'.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That just was so wild to me. Sorry, go on.
No, you're good. In my opinion, this is peak 3D Zelda design in terms of what people think of 3D Zelda. Now that we've gone open world, like, 3D Zelda has kind of taken on a new style. But up through Skyward Sword, to me, this is the peak. I understand people really love Majora's Mask. I understand people really love Twilight Princess. Ocarina of Time is obviously, like, people really love that one too. Skyward Sword, most people want to throw in a hole. But but Wind Waker has, like, a huge following as well. Especially now in retrospect. It was kind of the black sheep after the black sheep, because Majora's Mask was met with some mixed feelings as well.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the dungeons. They were fairly straightforward while not being without challenge.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy who likes his overcomplex puzzles. I like the aha moment, but not the sitting there going like, what do I do? I feel like every Zelda has one puzzle in it where it's like you're trying to control a statue and you have to do a lot of back and forths. This game has that, and I will admit it's not fun.
Yeah.
But it's not fun in any of the games when they do it. So like, I'm not gonna hold it too hard against that.
Yeah.
The world seems kind of like it's post-apocalyptic in a way that like Hyrule is below you. You are like the world got doomed, and now we're living in the aftermath.
Yeah.
Like you see, like you go into Hyrule and it feels familiar. They did a really great job of making it feel like the Ocarina of Time without making it a 1-for-1. Tetra is a really good iteration of Princess Zelda, to where it is a little bit of a shame that it ends up that like she gets kind of boring by the end.
Wait, Tetra's
but
Zelda?
there's still what?
I'm kidding.
Ooh. Technical difficulties. But no, like in my opinion, she is the best. Until she actually becomes Zelda, she is the best Zelda. Ganon is really cool in the game. He's so towering above you, and you literally have to stab your sword into his skull before he's like, "Oh damn, I guess I died." he doesn't like scream in pain. It's kind of quiet. And then you can play the game all over again in your PJs. It's I don't really like. To me, I think Wind Waker is such a mood that no other Zelda captures, at least not well. I know there's like a couple that are kind of in the style on the DS that people don't like to talk about, and I don't have anything to talk about them because I've never played them. But no, like, this is my favorite traditional 3D Zelda game. I never got super into 2D Zelda. I've played them, a few of them, and they're fun, but clearly none of them are on my list. Spoiler, none of them are going to be on my list. Another spoiler that I mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about Zelda again in a minute. But yeah, Wind Waker, really good. Really good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
Good.
Yeah, Wind Waker was probably one of the 3D Zeldas I played and enjoyed the most. There's just something about 3D Zelda where, like, I don't know what it is. I just don't believe in the world, and that really turns me off.
I could see that. The two that I really believe in terms of world, again, no spoilers for the future coming up. But Wind Waker, I think, is really believable because, like, you have washed away so much world that now these island tops feel like they can be not highly populated.
Yeah.
And then I think Majora's Mask is really interesting because, like, you don't really know what's real in that world.
Yeah, that
the
one's
whole
so
thing
magical.
could be
and vague.
Yeah, the whole thing could be real. It could not be real. It could be Skull Kid's dream. It could be a friggin' whale's dream. You don't know. So that's why I think Majora's Mask works in that way, because, like, you're not really supposed to know. It's left ambiguous. Whereas, like, you go into, like, Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess, and these temples exist, but it's kind of confusing as to why they might be where they are.
Yeah.
There's, of course, some history, but it's nothing's said anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with Wind Waker, I kind of buy the temples a bit more, because it's like, this whole world has now been put underwater. You're looking at, like, remnants. So it makes sense that there'd be some temples and stuff. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It all just doesn't feel cohesive to me for some reason. Like, Like, I really don't know what it is. Like, yeah, you could say, like, oh, there's so few settlements. Skies of Arcadia doesn't have a ton of settlements either. At least not playable, but you could say that that's abstraction for playable game space and all that, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't vibe with 3D Zelda for some reason.
Fair enough. What is your... And I'm not even going to go into Zelda lore.
Yeah.
I know very little about Zelda lore, so that has very little bearings on... Like, I like the game and the story it's telling me, so there is some built-in lore there, and it helps if you played Ocarina of Time, but you don't have to. Most of it's kind of told through stories anyway, that you like the need to know. So it works on its own. Like, we're not going to go into timelines. We're not going to go into deep lore. We're not going to go into, like, which hero is better than what hero. I just like this one. It's a good one. Shut up.
Yeah.
What is your number 16?
Yeah, I also just wanted to say it was a very strange time for gaming where, you know, everyone was like, oh man, gaming needs to be more grown up and serious. And the Nintendo president at that time even had to issue a statement that was like, Mario will never shoot hookers. And it's like, what the hell is going on in hey, 2000s, are you alright?
I kind of want to see Mario shoot a hooker.
Oh no! But Steven, it'll never happen. Unless you go on Newgrounds, maybe.
Oh, it definitely happened on Newgrounds, I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
There are GTA mods where people have played as Mario. You know what's happened.
True, that's true too. So my number 16 is Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door.
Oh. GameCube.
Yeah, really changing it up here. Or at least from my list, yeah.
Not from mine.
Yeah, this is one of the earlier RPGs I played, obviously after Skies. You know, Skies just made me really interested in turn-based games, and you know, seeing Mario have it with like a really cool stylized paper theme and these really cool side characters and this interesting threat. I really liked it, and of course all the unique chapters, you know, really changing up the pacing and everything. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is just really cool. I don't have a whole lot else to say about it other than this is indeed a game I've never beaten.
It's another game that looks timeless because of the way they did it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no seams to be seen in terms of graphics because, like, it's flat.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be flat. It looks amazing. I also admire it for not having a reason to be paper. It's just like, we're Paper Mario. We're not Mario turned into paper. We're not somebody reading a Mario storybook. We're just Paper Mario.
Yeah.
And you can deal with it. And like, graphics have not been a high priority on any of our lists here, but it is something to state when something just looks timeless.
Yeah.
And yeah, that we were mentioning the GameCube looks pretty good, and I think it's a lot of it. Like, they used their graphics to their advantage to look a certain way. That yes, some of it looks a little dated, but none of it really looks that bad. They picked good designs to look like how they needed things to function and appeal to people, and it still works today, even if it's not HD. Even if there's a little bit of polygon count you can see like on some noses or something along those lines. And Paper Mario doesn't even have that. It just looks like Paper Mario.
Yeah.
There's not been a lot of graphical improvement noticeably from Thousand Year Door onward. Like, yes, maybe a little bit, maybe some extra little cool things you can do because the graphics allow it, because the system allows it, but it all still looks like Paper Mario.
Yeah, they go a little crazy in later ones with the lighting. I kind of like the flatter lighting in Thousand Year Door, honestly.
It's cool because like so much of it is like it goes onto a stage.
Yeah.
So again, it's not like a storybook. It's like you're performing this play in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it again doesn't tell you why. It doesn't have to tell you why because it's interesting and fun.
Yeah, and then it like breaks that fourth wall sometimes, you know? Like I don't remember if you remember the dragon fight, but in the middle of it he will go out and eat the audience.
Yeah.
And then you have to fight in the audience.
Like I can't think of another game that works works exactly like Paper Mario looks like. There are games that do the paper aesthetic or some like crafty aesthetic. Like there are Yoshi games that look like wool. There are Kirby games that look like yarn. But like there is something. And like again, those ones don't really have to explain overly either. But I do feel like they start to like hit this like craft theme where Paper Mario's like, hey, turn into a paper airplane. I don't care.
But Steven, that's scary. It's a curse, remember?
Oh, terrifying. yes. The turning into a paper airplane, such a curse.
Yeah.
What a horrible night for a curse. That wraps up our 20 through 16. Next time we are gonna hit 15 through 11, and then we're potentially, depending on how we order things around, like we only got the top 10 left, and
Only
you
the top
know, chef's kisses everywhere.
10. Yeah.
I'm wearing Dad's apron saying "Kiss the chef." I am. We're counting down. But that being said, I am Steven.
I'm Chelsea.
And we will catch you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye-bye.